You have no idea how great this feels to be back here at work in the People's House.
Right now at 6, after a near-fatal shooting and several surgeries, House Majority Whip and Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise is back. He returned to Capitol Hill today, walking into that big standing ovation. It is the first time Scalise has been seen publicly since that incident. Good evening. I'm Scott Walker.
And I'm Stella Kim. Thank you for joining us. Emotion filled the room as Scalise spoke to an excited group on the House floor. And as he made his way back inside Capitol Hill, Scalise was greeted with open-armed embraces. The Majority Whip spoke to fellow Congressman about how grateful he is to be back on the floor. Scalise explained how overwhelmed he was with the flood of support from both sides of the aisle, specifically from one politician right here in New Orleans.
My colleague and friend and sometimes arch rival in baseball from back home in New Orleans, unfortunately the star of the game too many times. Cedric Richmond somehow figured out which hospital I was sent to. Got there, probably the first person there on the scene in his baseball uniform to check on me.
Congressman Scalise went on to thank the men and women of the security detail that ultimately took the shooter down. Among those he thanked were the people of Louisiana for the many thoughts and prayers for him and his family.
The return of the 51-year-old Republican was a welcome relief for his colleagues and close friends, some of whom were in D.C. as Scalise walked into the Capitol.
WDSC reporter Travers Mackel joins us now live with local reaction to Scalise's return. Travers.
Well, as you can imagine, they were ecstatic. They say this moment has really been a long time coming, not just for them, but for everybody right here in Southeast Louisiana. Now, Scalise's priest, Father Tim Hedrick, has made several trips to the nation's capital to see his close friend. The parish, St. Catherine of Siena, has held blood drives and other efforts to help Scalise and his family. And today, we caught up with those close to Scalise to get their reaction.
Oh, that was an amazing experience. I mean, a once-in-a-lifetime experience to be able to see his colleagues treated the way they did when he was on the floor. Just the amount of love and support that he has from both Republican Democrats.
The look on his colleagues' faces when they realized it was him coming in, it was 30 minutes of goosebumps.
We believe in a God who can do incredible things, and our community gathered the day he was shot and prayed for him.
No word yet on when Scalise will return to Metairie. He did lose 40 pounds during his rehab, and his friends say he'll continue that rehab while he works as whip. Sulla?
All right, Travers, thank you so much. Attorney General Jeff Landry recognized Scalise's return today, saying, quote, Steve's message of faith presented on the House floor today is important for all Americans, regardless of religion, political party, or background. Steve's will to live, his strong faith in God, the selflessness of the Capitol, and the prayers of people across the world carried him through, unquote.